Okay, so good afternoon and welcome in the live stream about the electronical system with the Boeing 787 aircraft. Today we will be presenting the small things about the electricity in the aircraft electrical system in basics. In addition, we'll take the one short departure and the flight experiment already how the APU is reacting during the engine shutdown. So first a small presentation about the electrical systems, how it works, what is the basic components, and after that we'll be providing the small, very short 10 minutes flight, so just takeoff, departure with the one engine failure, just to show you how to concentrate as much as possible on the practical view, how the electrical system is working over the Boeing 787. So for the time being we are in the aircraft which is calling the stage is cold and dark, which is not existing in reality. I mean, it's just for simulator purposes. It's in the airlines there is no such a state like a cold and dark. It's actually the aircraft not power up with the electricity. So even if you try to put the parking brake to on position, as you see, I'm trying to click that and I'm using the other function button, it's not giving anything because we actually don't have any electricity, any power right now. Even the battery is off. So there is the thing to be underlined that even for the additional brake power, you need some kind of electricity. So except for the engine anti-ice, and the Boeing 787 doesn't have a bleed air system, so that's the main difference from the previous Boeing's aircrafts. And one implication does that have for the electrical system. So they consider that the traditional functions have been powered by pneumatics, such as an engine start and conditioning and wing anti-ice, and all those now are electrically powered. So as we can imagine, this required a bit of electrical system. So the Boeing 787 accomplished this in several ways, and but one thing you will find is very unique. It's the double voltage system used 235 VAC. Higher voltage means less current required, which allows the less power line, and it's this is very unique for this aircraft. The engine is started using 2 electric starters units. And before we go into the simulator flight details, and we'll try to model this according to what Boeing 787 Quality Wings product, which we are using for that presentation, is showing us. I'm trying to show you as much details as we can. So let's go for the electric basic system. So we have 2 batteries, a main battery in the front and APU battery in the back, and these 2 batteries is allowing to power the aircraft for the start. APU battery, of course, is allowing you to start the APU without the battery for 3 times. Electrical system, the DC power system and AC power system, so 2 different systems. And AC in here has a red line, and DC, sorry, the DC is DCD is the red line, and AC is the blue line. As you see, the AC system is working without any additional influence from the cockpit. It's just going automatically when you power up the aircraft. DC system cabin is powering up the cabin systems, avionic cargo holding, large motor power systems, and the standby power. That's the way that's the main tasks. And we have something like a towing battery charge. I will show just in a second in the aircraft. What is the function of this towing battery charge lights? I would like to show you as much as possible that you will understand how it works, because the worst case scenario is when you don't know what are you doing in the cockpit, even if you are just the flight simulator guy. So if you don't know how the aircraft is working, it doesn't make sense to fly the aircraft, because understanding basic is crucial for understand what are you doing. So okay, first thing first, we're coming back to the cockpit. I think it's the best way to see pilot perspective. This is the first thing. I think it's the best way to do it from the pilot perspective. Okay, let me jump into the cockpit shortly. And okay, as I said before, first thing first, so the battery. So let's start the battery, press the button, we'll see what will be. Okay, so we have fancy information that the aircraft is on the battery, and let's look on our screen. As you see, there is completely darkness, nothing going on. Just let me take the yoke down. There's a possibility in that simulator. So let's imagine that you're on the stage on the battery, and actually we are, and there is a cold and dark stage. Why? Because the systems which are in the background working the computers are energized from the battery. So the battery has a basic function to energize the basic systems, but it is not good enough to power the aircraft to the stage to allow you, for example, to start the engines. It's not enough. Because aircraft is going with a huge consumption for the energy, so it must have additional supply from the outside or from the additional engine source. Okay, so what do we have now? So some basic screens on the CDU is showing first. What is more interesting for us is the we should go for the system page on our CDU, and we should to check our connection to electricity, how it looks according to the system display page. So as you see, there is the kind of the yellow marking here, so amber color, which just means that something is wrong. It means it's a warning, it's an amber warning that something is wrong with some systems, but it's okay because the aircraft is just powered up by the battery. So let's go into the electricity synoptic. So we will see there is a 4 main buses, left 1, left 2, right 1 and right 2, which are not energized at the moment. There is no APU, there's 2 generators left and right, and there is also the ground power units. 3 of them are possible to connect to the aircraft. They are also not working. So actually we have just a very basic electricity for the aircraft. What to do next? Okay, so also selected the MFD or the navigation displays are not showing anything, so we are not ready for anything to let's say push and start. There's just one thing. If you wish to tow the aircraft, so there is some kind of tow truck in Vicinity, and you wish to take a pushback and take the aircraft from the position to the hangar, you need to use some kind of the special button here. So it is the towing power. So it means it shows our aircraft to the crew that if you press this towing power, you have 3 stages here. Let's take it out the battery first. Sorry, I will just take the battery off. Okay, so even if I take the battery off, we have a towing power on, so we are able to tow the aircraft. So we are able to take the pushback tractor or another kind of the pushback machine and tow the aircraft through the apron. But this is not enough energy even for the electricity. So for the electricity, in meaning of the powering the radios, communication. So we have no radio communication, but you can still operate the aircraft. If you have this click, it means that the parking brake is set and release. And this is quite crucial for the towing. So as you see, if we put the towing button here, we can operate the brake. If we will go off with the towing power, the brake is off, parking brake is in off position, and I'm not able to take it in. There is no enough electricity. Okay, the power switching we will take later on. So let's go back again to the battery stage. So battery, and this time I will speed up a little bit. So we'll ask the little bit ground power forces for ground handling agent for connect the ground power unit. Let's try ground from cockpit.
Go ahead.
Please connect external power.
Roger Roger, connecting external power.
Okay. So the external power is connected. Should be report from
external power connected.
Okay, thank you. So we have an external power is connected, and we have two switches now, which are showing us available and unavailable. So on the left-hand side and right-hand side, we have the available two switches. So okay, let's start 1 and 2. We can do it in here both way, that way, or we can check it on the quality wings panel that external power is connected. Let's take the wheel chocks for our safety. So battery is on, basic functions are coming back to life. We have information on the synoptic of the electricity panel in here on our CDU, that we have both left and right external power card connected. Let's go outside and check that. Right, so as you see, the two cards are here, two ground power units. So we're not losing our time because we drain our battery, and it will be a problem for us. Okay, so power is on. So now aircraft is started working, and it's just the information that all systems are becoming alive. Why is that? And what is the screens telling us? So our four main bases, number 1, number 2, number on the left hand side and on the right hand side are power up, and these two lines are connected. Okay, this is sound of the stick shaker. All the systems now are starting to be electricized by the ground power unit. So we have our source of the power, and that's the basic of the how that is going. So let's say we can easily operate the aircraft in the basics. All right, let's go out on the power switching, and let's go for the ground power. So we can look for some less noise picture. So let's go and check the connector. I'll not provide the full walk around because it's anyway it's a quite long way to go. So let's just go with the basics to not lose your time for the walk around. I will provide the full walk around on the other presentation with the full flight and walk arounds and the other procedures. So today we just sharply discussing the electricity. There's a two ground power of 98 kVA rated ground power units, and this pretty much everything except of air conditioning and cargo heat. So this mode of operation is called external power on mode. So the cabin light will be at the medium level, ventilation will be partial, so this you will have no full ventilation when you have these two ground powers. Only Ford galley owns will function. So if you ask the flight attendants for the meal, for example, you will be able to receive your meal, but only you and the passengers. So and if you need the of course some kind of EFE will be limited. So I'm calling about the in-flight entertainment system, EFE. So it's a shortcut for in-flight entertainment system. So no movie, no fun, no internet on board, nothing. So this is quite important for you and your clients to have that. And of course you don't push the hydraulics by the any reason. Don't push the hydraulic. It's not recommended to use the ground power unit within the thunderstorm nearby due to risk of lightning strikes, and better is to start the APU and remove the connectors. So disconnecting GPUs and connecting the APU, we should concentrate on that now. So on the back of the aircraft, on the tail section, you've got the APU, which is covered in the fuselage. So it is auxiliary power unit. And there is some more practical advice that will save you the day, actually, or at least it save your own time performance, because it's a common mistake from the gun handling stuff, for example, or your mistakes, that, for example, the forward external power switches light alternative being available and on, and you push them, the ground power is connected. It means that the all is good to disconnect the ground power because it's currently not powering any buses. So let's say we will do that experiment. Example, if I will start the APU now, so I'll push it into the start. So let's first go for our navigation MFD, and let's go with the system. Yeah, this is crew pressure, oxygen. Let's check the oxygen first. Anyway, it's our checklist. Okay, oxygen is drop less, but it's okay. We just tested the crew oxygen, and this is all. So we're going for electric, which is not anymore amber color like hydraulic here. So electric is okay. We have external power. Now I'm starting the APU. Okay, as you see in the back, the flap is opening to take the air, and you will hear the sound of the APU is running, spooling up. And the left generator, sorry, the right one, it's going to be operate. Let's go for the system. RPM is rising, EGT is rising, oil pressure, and the same, the oil temperature is behaving like it should behave. So it should be pretty noisy in the back. So we have some noise. And if the APU is running over the 100%, so it means it's ready to be operated. Excess gas temperature is 338 Celsius. Oil temperature is 45, and then oil pressure is 87 psi. We can disconnect the external power, so we can disconnect these two switches, but there is one condition. If we will disconnect it here right now, without the APU generators operating, probably we will come back to the dark side, and at least if you have everything in order, so it means the flight plan, all the data in the system, don't lose this data because systems or the aircraft is memorized that. But frankly speaking, you will lose at least 20 minutes of time delay on the gate. So if you have the ground crew pulling the ground power unit with the switches showing on, this is not a situation like this. This is correct situation. The aircraft could have a power interruption, and variety of the ACAS alerts and the status message come on, and up to 20 minutes delay will follow. So some things will happen if you turn off the APU with the switches showing available. Okay, one more important thing, I forgot about that. As you see, the in-flight entertainment and the cabin utility. So if you would like to order the coffee, and if you'd like to order anything else, or if you'd like to have customers and passengers, or even the flight attendant will be happy, you must power up the utilities. So now we have a full board with the light. So the aircraft usually covers by itself, but it's take a longer time to come back. And this is at least one last thing you wanna have this accident before the departure. So let's do it straight. If it's on, it's okay to turn off the APU. So I can now turn off the APU. But if it's just available, do not turn off the APU, because in other words, you will shut down your electrical system in the aircraft. So on, it means okay to turn off the APU or engines if the engines are running, and do not disconnect the ground power unit. So if I will take an experiment now, And I will ask the ground power to remove the ground power unit. So let's ask them again. Ground from cockpit.
Go ahead.
Please remove external power.
Roger, removing external power.
Okay, so let's see what will be. Now, okay, so external power is removed.
External power removed.
Thank you. External power is removed. There is no light indication here. No available. Nothing. And if we will shut down APU again, it will create a disaster for our time operation. What is interesting more, you have here the one pump or the fuel pump left after fuel pump is on. Why? Because it's operating for the other APU with the fuel, so it's energizing the APU for in a fuel. Okay. So this is the basic things we've connected with the ground power unit. So this towing button again, towing power. You have to be sure that you don't have this switch on during the pre-flight phase. So okay, so let's we have all the things ready and set. Let me check just the how much fuel we have today for presenting you some small amount of practical things. More okay, let's say I will put some more fuel here. Some passengers. All right. So not a lot of us today, so let's say take, including crew, maybe some 12 people here. Set the payloads. Okay, set the fuel tanks. Okay, we'll go for the performance section. Alright, so we have to go for the CDU. So position is airport of Bahrain. Route will be a very short one to Oscar Bravo India. So it means from Bahrain to Bahrain. Departure. Whatever, runaway once you I think it's once you left. Okay, let's see it run to the left. Routes. Route is departure on one to left. Oh no, so one to right. We have no seats here, so it will be vectors departure. Departure runway one to left. Arrival will be runway one to left. Yeah, we can use some SOGAT's route. Missed approach as followed. Okay, we set. So, what will be the situation next with the traffic? Okay, we have no parking brake, that's why we cannot start our boarding and other things. Okay, now let's go with the we'll be pushing back for departure. As you see, we have the towing tractor, pushback tractors coming. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So basically, we are powered up. So I'm asking for a pre-flight checklist. Okay, pre-flight checklist.
Hello, Captain.
Pre-flight checklist, please.
Oxygen?
It's then test at 100%. Test at 100%.
Test at 100%. Flight instruments?
Just a second. Heading 210, altimeters 1013. Set. Set and check.
Heading 210, altimeter 1013. Pre-flight checklist complete.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Right.
Release parking brakes.
So we are releasing the parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, some mistakes. Operational one, but it's just for the common of the our presentations. Okay, so pushing back. Some Emirates flight has just landed. All right, let's take the pre-flight briefing with our colleague. Departure.
Are you ready for the brief?
Go ahead.
Have you had a chance to check through the data in the CDU?
Yes, I checked it over.
Fantastic. Alright, there are no threats today. We are VFR after takeoff, so we can return visually if needs be. There are no NOTAMs that affect the departure, and the aircraft has no defects. We'll use standard company calls and procedures, with a full power takeoff planned. Pushback and taxi as per ATC. Read the attached departure script. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, that completes the brief.
Okay, we are accepting our performance. Okay. So as you see, the APU is still operating and it's good. So before start procedure, please.
Check.
So before start, check this, please.
I'm ready for the checklist.
Before start checklist. Before start checklist, please.
Passenger signs on MCP.
Set and check.
Takeoff speeds.
Set and check.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Complete.
B4 start checklist complete.
Complete.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your person speaking. Please direct your attention to the cabin crew for the following safety instructions.
So for the time being,
We will now
we'll be starting the
demonstrate
engines,
how to
and I need to go back for
and
the
unfasten your seatbelt.
our
This aircraft
system.
has clearly marked emergency
So
exits.
let's start the
All
engine.
exits are with lights. Floor level lighting will guide you to the marked exits.
Engine start
In the event
procedure.
of decompression, oxygen mask will be released from the panel above you. Pulling the mask down will start the oxygen flow. Place it firmly over your mouth and nose.
Start left engine.
Elastic strap over your head.
Check.
Then assist others. Oxygen masks are also provided in lavatories.
So left
For your
engine, as you
safety,
see,
passengers are not allowed to
is
congregate in
just
groups around the
starting right
lavatories.
now. Left
When
and right
instructed to do
generator is in
so,
use,
please take the
and this is
life
the
vest,
load
which
sheets
is under
which
your
are
seat.
limited with the
Place
start
the
of
life
this
vest
left
over your
engine.
head. Place the strap around your body.
So we have a main battery
Attach the
voltage,
engine to the buckle
main
in front,
APU
and pull
voltage.
the strap tight. Pull
So
the right
fuel.
handles to inflate the life vest only after leaving the aircraft to the emergency exit.
Everything is going
The life
automatically.
vest has two valves to inflate or release air pressure. The signal lamp lights up on contact.
And
with the
now
camera.
we have
At
two
this
options.
time, please take a view at
One,
the
when the
safety
engine
card
number
from the
one
view.
is start,
Here you find further
we can
important information.
disconnect
Furthermore,
the
you have to comply with ordnance
APU
signs and crew member
and
instructions.
doing it via the
This
crossfield
is a non-smoking flight.
start, so we can
Smoking is
use
not
the
permitted
engine
in the
engine
cabin or the lavatories.
engine power
Cabin
from the
lights
left
will
hand
now
side.
be turned off. For takeoff, if you need a reading light, you will find it in the panel above your head. Thanks for your
So
attention.
one engine is operating. Right. As you see, APU generator now is not powering this two left and left one and left two BES. It just energizes the right hand side. So, but the left is fully working. So actually, right. This starts right engine. Start right engine.
Check.
Yeah, this is sometimes not working as brilliant as it is. Okay, now I'm pumping up the fuel, but of course it's automatical process, not even like in the old aircrafts before. Everything going automatically. That's a pretty comfortable aircraft for flying. Okay. So both engines are running. We can confirm the start with the ground personnel. Confirm 2 engine starts, good. Okay, so now we are turning off the APU.
Unlocking gear.
Okay, this is it.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass bin removed.
Right. So first we go through the just a second, I have to correct some settings of ACE. Alright, so let's start our
Left is clear.
right is
Right
clear,
is clear.
okay. So the checklist more. Before we should go with the flight controls. System fuel, yeah, this fuel in the center is not operating, so we have to press it out. Alright. And now we're going to flight controls. Full down, full up, full left, full right. Next try with the full left rudder. Centered. Full left rudder, center.
Check.
Full right rudder, center. Center.
Check.
Okay. After start procedure. Flaps 5. Before taxi checklist. Before taxi checklist, please. Set and check.
Anti-ice, auto, recall, checked, flight controls, ground equipment,
Removed. Clear.
before taxi checklist complete.
You. Okay, so let's go before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Okay. Okay, we are taxiing to the runway. Taxi light on, I forgot. Right, okay, so in the meantime, we'll just come back to our electrical system. So, as you see, 4 generators, 4 driven generators are working. And as you maybe notice, maybe not, in here was a yellow warning lights off. When they're operating and we are in the normal stage of the flight, these 4 engine driven generators are not illuminated, so I mean they are in the good conditions. Okay, alright. APU generators are still on, even if the battery if the APU is disconnected, and you will see the reason why is that shortly, after we will create some mess after departure. Okay, let's concentrate on just the departures. Try the left. Okay, 120 degrees. Alright. And we will, I hope, see some magic on before, so... Okay. Cabin crew, please sit for departure. Okay, so RTO, everything is fine. Actually, I'm breaking the rules right now, because in here I should have the navigation display plus engines, and I have the electrical system. But anyway, okay, let's give the chance for the first officer to choose the full screen. Okay, the runway 12 left is identified, so we have to take the brake here. Okay, let's ask for the runway parking brake is set. Okay, then TCAS will do it for the auto landing altitude. Yeah, this is the fault from my side, because I have no full data. I don't have the landing airfield yet chosen. And of course we can show the landing, and okay, airport search, copy data from FMC. Okay, no, flaps full. Sorry. Conditions dry. We are calculating according our landing mass. We have to send the data to the computer, and we're coming back to our electricity. So we are sending an output to the computer. Completed. We have to accept that. So our landing speed referring is 137 knots plus 5. Okay, we set with the data, very preliminary data. It's unacceptable to go so fast in the airline, but of course we are not in a hurry right now, but I would like to show you as much as I can on this short presentation. Okay, runway entry procedure, please. Runway entry procedure.
Check.
Okay. Alright, strobe lights on. Let's go. Okay, we're going for the short takeoff and landing. Takeoff.
Check.
So we are spooling up the engines up to the 50%.
Stabilized.
Check. Tog up.
Thrust set.
Set. Check. We are rolling down the runway right now. Okay.
80 knots.
Check.
Rotate.
Rotation.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Okay. Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Okay, so we'll press the autopilot. We'll press the hold.
Climb thrust.
Check. Flight level change. We are not planning to going so high.
$1,000 to go.
Check. Let's go for the new altitude 3000. And next what? Boom! We have an engine failure after departure. Bad strike. What is going on with the System. It's a warnings. Flap 0. Flaps up.
Flaps up.
And you see, there is an automatic start of an APU. It's a brilliant thing, because if you have shut down power on the right or left engine, APU is starting automatically.
Checklist complete.
Let's go. As you see, I didn't even touch an APU, but it's starting automatically. That's the Boeing technology. That's the beautiful thing of an aircraft. If you will, by incident, lose one engine, or you will, as I done before in a second ago, lose one engine by clicking your mouse here inappropriate, don't be in panic. As long as you have APU generators on, you are purely clear to don't worry on that, and the aircraft is still able to fly. So let's turn the heading. Alright. So we are turning back. So we are pretty sure and safe. Even if one of our engine is not working properly, we are still very, very safe. I will add some speed. So after takeoff, checklist is complete. So we'll call for the approach checklist, approach checklist. Sorry, descent checklist. I didn't make anything on the approach. Reversers idle.
Let's run through a brief for the arrival. Aircraft technical status is good, with nothing to preclude doing a normal Cat 1 approach. With that in mind, the weather is fine all around, and there is no reason why we can't commit to final reserve if need be. There are no NOTAMs to affect, so the big picture is good. Threats for today? None. MSA for the stars is as published. Waypoints, vertical restrictions and the minima are as indicated on the chart. The missed approach is confirmed and available in LNAV if required. In the event of a missed approach, I will call go around flaps 20, you will call positive rate, and I will ask for gear up. We will retract the flaps on schedule. The approach will be flap 20. Plan on using idle reverse with the auto brake off. We will vacate the runway and taxi in as assigned by ATC. Engine cooldown times are 5 minutes, so we need to start the clock as we vacate the runway. Any questions?
No questions.
And that completes the brief.
So I will even almost overfly the airfield. Okay, let's come back to the APU is running, and the speed brake is armed. It's just for landing. So flight controls. It's only now based on one of our driven generators. So it's only based on our electrical driven generator on the left-hand side engine, because right-hand side is not working. Engine right is shut down. Okay. Backline's on the left hand side and the airfield is here, so we'll call for the we should call an emergency, but descent checklist. Set and check.
Recall. Cabin crew, thank you for your hard work today. Please prepare for landing.
I hope not for the crash.
Notes.
Checked.
Auto brake.
Level 2. Set and check.
Landing data.
Set. Set and check.
VREF 20, 137, radio minima 200 feet. Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist complete.
Approach checklist.
Altimeters.
1013 set.
1013 set. Approach checklist complete.
Okay, so now the flaps one, please. Flaps 1. Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Okay. Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Okay, and as you see here, so the drive and the generators are off completely because it's off the fault of the our situation with engine, so we had a bad strike. Right, let's skip the approach with an ILS. I will do it visually, so let's reduce the power speed for 160 on one engine. Flaps 15.
Flaps 15.
Gear down. Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
Autopilot off.
Check.
Yeah, flying manually. Flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Airfield inside. Landing checklist.
Landing checklist complete.
Complete. Turning to final. A little bit too high. And boom! Second bird strike. We have no engines at all.
Sync rate, bank, localizer, glide.
Okay, so in that situation, when we have a less power on the aircraft, we have no power actually on the aircraft. In the real aircraft, this should be the RAT deploy, so it means the ram air turbine, which is also from the perspective of the electronical system to be deployed, and it's really not, I think, simulated with this aircraft, because it should be deployed automatically, even if you lose both engines for the basic. But still, this is in the situation even if you don't have the Dutch APU's things. But okay, let's start the let's try to restart the engine. APU is still in operation, so I will go for the system left and right starts engine. Start raft, start. So I'm starting both engines. Maybe it will help me a little bit.
Glide.
500. Glide slope. 400. Glide slope. 300. Approaching minimums. Glide slope. Minimums. Pull up.
Pitch. Pitch, pitch.
Pull
50,
up.
30.
You see, it has not helped me much.
Glide slope.
So we just finished in water, but of course we lost both engines on the approach. But this was not the case. We wish to present you how the electronical system is working, and it was fully successful, I think, to present you how it works. As you see now, the both engines are. It was too late for such a maneuver. But anyway, I was on the flaps 30 and I was trying to retract the flaps for better gliding speed, and the we have both engines still now powered by the our engine-driven generators, because now they are in operation again, and these two lights which was telling us that the drive are disconnected, they are not working, and generators are not working, are just the finish the thing. So I think as we discussed it before, so this is our driven engine generators. One of them, this one was completely out. Next, the second one, of course, completely out. So that's why we did make the this presentation for you, and I think now it's better for you to understand the electrical system basics, how they're working in the aircraft, and what is the function of that. Electrical connectors. So of course, main battery and the APU battery is essential for build up the aircraft, and this is I think all for today. So we wish you the very good day, and I think I hope we will be soon back available for you. Thank you very much for your kindly attention.